I don't even know why I'm getting this nervous. Like, ring my friend. I'm like, oh my God, what if she's a catfish? I'm turning around. Like, shall I just leave now? And she was like, calm down. I was like, no. And it was like, we was always discussing the height difference. Like, I'm like 5'11". I was like barely 4 foot.
I'm 5'2", jerk.
Okay. So I was like, oh, like, I wonder if she's going to be like this little like packet racket. And I'm not really a PDA person, to be honest. I've never been a PDA person with any of my exes. I've always been like, kind of like, just keep it nice and, you know,
PG.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like something out of a scene in Bodyguard. She run to me like Whitney on Kevin Costner, bruv. She's come run up to me, gripped her, she's in the air. It was like a scene out of a film. Everyone in the airport must have been like, what is going on?
I know. I got so giddy. Well, because I like my heart was like racing when I was walking. There was this like long ass fucking hallway. Excuse me. Long ass hallway. Getting to like the doors where I would like get to you, and I didn't like. I was like, oh, am I gonna see her right away? Do I have to look for her? Like, what's gonna happen? And so I get there with my big ass suitcase, and I just like see you like immediately. Like you're the first thing that
huge.
I saw.
Bro, I seen the suitcase. Yeah, I was like,
it was bigger than me.
Whoa, like red flag. She's definitely running from something. It was huge. I thought it was like another human in there.
I wanted to have enough outfits. But you were literally the first thing I saw. Like, even though you were like behind everybody, like in the back, I like got out and I looked to my right and you were the first thing I saw. And you just like walked up to me and I just ran up to you and jumped on you.
Do you like what you see?
Yeah. Obviously. And then we had our first kiss. That was crazy. Literally like my...
Your what?
I was just like tingling everywhere.
Butterflies.
No, literally butterflies. I was tingling everywhere. Cute. And then we were all giddy. We kept on like, when we were walking to the car, we like held hands and we kept on looking at each other and we were just like, wow.
Yeah, because it was just like, I did feel like I was in like an episode of Black Mirror, like she was gonna disappear and like go into like pixels or something. It was just very really strange. Unreal. It was unreal because it was like every time we'd speak, it'd be like a hi, but then I'd be like, whoa, she's fully in a different time zone, like 8 hours. It was just so difficult. Plus, obviously, both of us were dealing with our own lives and our own situation, ships, and whatever.
That's a funny story.
I gotta deal with it every single day. She's such a little diva. For real talk, though, like I feel like the biggest thing for me was making sure you were genuinely like into women.
What made you feel that? Or what made you sure of that?
Well, just obviously like the fact that you are, but like obviously the conversation, like it was a relief because I was just like, I'm at that point in my life now where I genuinely feel like I couldn't real speaking, I just felt like I needed to be with someone that I felt secure with in terms of sexuality.
Yeah. You want to be with someone that's secure with their own sexuality.
Yeah. And that's no disrespect to anyone that wants to explore their sexuality or be bisexual or pansexual or whatever you want to be. Like, I respect every human being and their choices, but for myself, I just feel like, yeah, that was something that was like definitely a big, what's the word, relief.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the first night that I got here. Well, not the whole night.
Pound. Just let pound.
So my first night here, we went to an event and we had the best time. Like that's another thing too. Like for me, it's like how was it going to go, us hanging out with each other. Like, we had talked so much, but we hadn't like hung out like in a friend environment. I hadn't met your friends. Like, I hadn't seen like what kind of vibe you are when you're out like in public and like, I don't know, like nights out. Like, that's just having fun together. And we had the best time. We looked so lit. Like, we got dressed up. We went out. We danced. Like, I had so much fun dancing with you. I was like, oh, she's a good dancer
I felt
too.
like I was on a episode of like, felt like I was on Bring It On, or
What?
no, You Got Served with Valerie, because she used to be
Why?
like, I felt like I was a Marion, I was a body popping behind you and stuff, and you were just like, and I was like,
I was dancing my little ass off, but you were dancing too. And I was like, oh, she can keep up with me. She can dance. Like, she's a
I got the
vibe.
two-step. I used to be a dancer back in the day.
I
Free
know.
girl.
I love it. I love it. But it was such a vibe. And then I met your best friend, and she was such a vibe. And we just had so much fun together. And I was like, oh, this energy is like unmatched. And then the rest of the time here, what was it like
Just
for
wholesome,
you?
wasn't it? We did really like cute things. I just feel like you show me a different part of myself, which I had been like missing. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the wholesome thing, like realizing that life's not just about spending money or possessions or having to fill the void with certain things or chaos. It was just calm. We went for a nice walk. You brought me back in touch with nature, which really like calmed my soul. Like I really needed that at the point in my life. I feel like they say everything happens for a reason, and I feel like this year has been a very tough year for me in general, with loads of stuff I've had going on, and I felt like you've come into my life right at the perfect moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too. We kind of talked about that. Like, my life was chaos like at the start of the year. Like, it was literally downward spiral, and like things were really tough for me, and things were tough for you too before we even knew each other. And when we met, it felt like we had come to a place of like us knowing what we both deserved, and like a place of healing, and being together like brought a bunch of peace to our lives. Like, I just felt
Yeah.
so like genuinely like at peace and happy. Like, nothing was forced. Everything just happened so naturally. And then when we were here, when I was here for the 2 weeks, I literally just like, you were talking about moving to LA.
Yeah.
You were going to move to LA. We were like, okay, if we're gonna not do long distance, one of us has to move. So she was gonna come to LA because I have my events, girls only in LA. And I was like, I can't leave that. And then when I came out here, I was like, actually, my business partners can handle the LA branch of Girls Only. I can open a UK branch. Why don't I move out here? And after being here for the 2 weeks, I was like, that's it. I think we were laying in bed, and I was like, I decided, like, I'm moving out here. And you were like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And I bought my ticket then when we were laying in bed, remember? To
Mm-hmm.
come to move back. Like 3 weeks later, like basically I'm going back to LA after this trip, decided to pack all my stuff in 3 weeks and move back over here.